Hey everyone, Allison from Allison's Written Words, and I'd like to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm actually recording this the night before, but I want to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving. I was trying to think of a few things that I wanted to do for my, Thanksgiving video. And since I've started dipping into commentary a little bit, and not like anything big, I thought it'd be fun and funny to actually watch a very infamous, if depending on if you're into this kind of stuff, film short. I watch a lot of Mystery Science Theater 3000 riff tracks. I go to riff tracks live. They always riff these as pseudo-educational shorts that I think were always just a little more entertaining for the schlock factor than anything. There is this one, and they haven't done it yet, and they probably really should get their hands on it. But Brad Jones, the Cinema Snob, he actually riffed it last year. It's called A Day of Thanksgiving, and it's from the early 50s. It's very slice of life, Americana, very Southern. It's really very much on par with the stuff that our parents probably had to watch in school. Thankfully, not something that we had to watch because it's, from the early 1950s. But I thought it'd be fun to watch it. And since I like to, obviously, as I always say, torture is mutual. I try to mutually torture everybody, that we could watch it together for this Thanksgiving treat. So on this night before Thanksgiving, why don't we jump right in? And this is A Day of Thanksgiving. Sam Eagle, the true mark of quality filmmaking. It's like that forgotten church song. Oh, let me turn down this infernal racket.
I'm Bill Johnson.
Hi, Bill Johnson.
Around here, they just call me Dad.
Oh, yeah?
I've been trying to read, but I just can't seem to do it. I keep thinking about today, Thanksgiving Day. We Johnsons had a good Thanksgiving.
The best
we've
ever.
ever had. And I can't help thinking that what made it better was a real feeling of thankfulness.
I think he forgot his
And
words.
that's odd, too, when you consider
feeling.
the shape
A
things
real
were in
feeling.
when I got home from work yesterday. Kids, Dick and Tommy and Susan, were all home from school. And, of course, Mother and the baby were there. As kids will, mine were living tomorrow right along with today, looking forward to Thanksgiving.
Looking ahead
Like
to the
most
future.
men, I'm glad it was Mother instead of me who had to break the news to them.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
She just found out.
Turkey and dressing and pie and cake.
And fruit salad and whipped cream and cranberries. Gee.
Language.
Me too.
Well, children, we've had a lot of expenses this month, and, well, your father and I thought that...
What I'm trying to tell you is, we can't do
Well,
it.
the truth of the matter is, there just won't be any turkey this year.
No turkey for Thanksgiving?
I'm
Spoiled
going to make a
brats.
pumpkin pie. We'll have plenty to eat, but, well, we'll just have to get along without turkey.
We're gonna have to make do.
Mom, you don't mean it. It won't be Thanksgiving at all.
Even the pilgrims had a feast.
Oh, darn.
After all, isn't that what Thanksgiving's for? I don't think it's fair.
And it was right there that I came in, right in the thick of it. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Pa.
Hello, Mother, Dick, Susan.
Hi, Pa.
Well, what's been going on around here? What's the matter with everybody, anyway?
Mom says we're not going to have any Thanksgiving. No turkey, no good thing.
A fat lot we're going to have to be thankful for.
Fat lot. Wow.
Oh, I don't
Harsh
think
words.
you kids really mean that.
We do, too. We've always had turkey for Thanksgiving.
Yes, and everybody else in the block's going to have it this year.
Well, this year we're gonna be
Same as
different.
always.
Yes, we've always had turkey, just as a lot of Americans have had it, and we'll keep on having it. Turkey on Thanksgiving's a great American tradition. But what
Like
you kids
baseball.
are saying makes it sound as if the turkey's the only thing we had to be thankful for.
Well, gee whiz, no, Dad. It's not that at all.
Oh, I know.
That's
Dick.
exactly what it is. That's what they're
Turkey is giving you
saying.
a sight of what Thanksgiving really means.
And don't think we're just making excuses because we don't have any turkey this year. We know it'll mean a lot more to us the next time.
Bob,
we do
explain
that.
it to them.
Well, sure. Suppose we
Bill,
don't have
whatever his
a
name
hang-up
is.
feast. We're still a lot better off than the Pilgrims.
That's it, Dick. Do you other kids see what Dick's trying to say? Turkey or no turkey, we've still got all the freedoms and privileges the Pilgrims gave us.
And all the side dishes
Out
we
of
could
those
ask for.
privileges have come a lot of things. Things the Pilgrims never even dreamed of.
Why, we could make a list a mile long.
Like good
Why
health.
don't we do it?
Now, hold on a minute. You've got the idea, but it isn't something you can write down like a grocery list. You've got to feel it down deep before you can really be thankful for
You got
anything.
to use
I tell you
this.
what let's do. Let's take a little more time to think this over. When you get right down to it, there are some pretty tough decisions in making up your mind what means the most to you. Your life? Sure. That's one thing you can't get along without. But do you know that there are some places in the world today where you have to get along without just about everything else?
Golly, Daddy.
Language.
I
Again.
guess I kind of got carried away. But I'll bet you one thing.
Forgive
If we
me.
really think over what we have to be thankful for, when we sit down to whatever Mother fixes to eat tomorrow, we'll be one family in America that will really have a Thanksgiving dinner.
It'll actually be called faux Thanksgiving
Well,
or
that's how it
not
got
really
started.
Thanksgiving.
The Johnsons didn't have any turkey. And the kids, no, I mean everybody, likes to make something
Does he
special
keep forgetting
out of a
his
special
words?
day. So we fell back on something as
Kids.
old as the
No,
Pilgrims.
everybody. It's like
Summing
line,
up the
line.
common, ordinary blessings that we had to be thankful for. That night, I'd see Dick there building his model airplane, and Susan just playing. Only they weren't just playing. They were mulling things over, thinking big thoughts for such young heads. And as for Mother
And
and
then their brains
Tom and
went,
baby Janet, and yes, me too, it was as if we had our eyes open for the first time. Things there were to appreciate in just any ordinary day in America. When we took our
Just
places around the
skipped.
table and we were ready. And then, well, we all knew it. There are some things you just can't say. But everybody in his own way knew what he had to be thankful for, and that this was the time to think about it.
Now bow your
Tom
heads.
was first.
I am thankful for getting plenty to eat all the time, with extras that count, like cookies and milk after school.
that's why they
Like
couldn't afford a
Mom says,
turkey.
I'm
Too
hungry
many
all the time
extras.
anyway, and if I didn't live in a country where there was plenty to go around, golly.
Cursing! This language!
And I'm thankful for the free public library, where I can get books about adventure. Jack London, Richard Halliburton. Gee, the way they tell a story is as good as being there yourself.
Gee!
And it's free, with only a library card.
Gee! A library
Yes, Tommy
card.
thought about some of the things he ought to be
So
glad
obsolete
for all
these
the
days.
time.
Not really.
And somehow turkey and trimming seemed to matter a whole lot less than he thought
What's that
they
on
did
his
yesterday.
shirt?
Well, then it was
It's
Susan's
like a big
turn.
bug.
Susan's a happy-go-lucky kid. You'd never credit her with thinking beyond her dolls, but she
Such a
got right
narrow
into the
mind.
spirit of it.
I am thankful we have what we need to wear. Though Mother says it's hard to keep up with us, we grow so fast. I never thought before how many clothes it takes for all kinds of weather, or how it would be to have to do without the right ones. I'm glad to be able to go to Sunday school, or go to any church I want, any Sunday.
As long as it's one your parents go to because
I'm
they demand
thankful
you go
for
there.
my mother and daddy, that they are here with us, that both of them aren't too worried about things to take time to have fun with us. I'm glad we're a family.
Which is why they couldn't
that
afford a
families
turkey.
are still important in America.
I guess Dick, being the oldest, was having some pretty serious thoughts.
I am thankful
Actually,
for
it's the
being
monkey
able
going.
to get an education, for living where schools, all schools, open their doors to a guy who wants to learn, where school books are studied instead of burned, where a guy is rated by how much he knows, and the community
That's right,
is
this is
rated
in
by how
Fahrenheit
well it teaches
451.
him. I'm glad I've got a chance to play, batting a ball around once in a while.
Dang, you mean hit a ball?
Stuff like that. I'm glad it's fun, growing up in America.
Sure, baby Janet's too young to understand the big word Thanksgiving. She's too little even to tell us the things that make her happy. But we can tell, and maybe she's thinking about them now. Maybe she's thinking about the fun of splashing around in the tub and about how good it feels to be clean.
And being filmed by other people.
About playtime with Mother and the security she feels in Mother's arms.
Hope she just like throws that doll.
And as for Mother, seems she's always working, cooking, ironing, tending children, daylight to dark. What does she have to be thankful for?
It's like he's asking this question.
That my
like,
children had the
what
privilege
does she
of
have to
being
be
born
thankful
safely and of growing up healthy and strong. I'm thankful that I have the privilege of guiding them as they become useful men and women. And I'm thankful for all the things our American system makes possible for the Smiths and the Browns and the Johnsons. For washing
but not the
machines,
Joneses.
hot water out of a tap, and a telephone to call the doctor when one of the family is sick. A car to get Dad to work. Yes, I'm thankful for all the things free people working together can produce. I'm thankful that when my neighbor drops in to borrow a cup of flour, we've got the right to talk about anything we want to. The parent-teacher project, the new mayor, or Jane Jones' hat.
Just don't talk about the elections. It's very
And last
contentious.
of all, I'm truly thankful for the peace of mind that Dad's job brings. For
But they
knowing
couldn't
that
afford a
even though
turkey.
there are lots of luxuries we can't afford, there still will always be enough to go around for the things we have to have. I'm glad Dad doesn't work slave hours. That there are evenings and
But
Sundays
if he
and
had,
vacations
they had a turkey.
when we can all be together.
I know, it's not the point of this.
That's Mother
I
for
know.
you, grateful for what America means to her family. And now for me. I've got so many things to be thankful for. I'm thankful for this house. It may need a coat of paint, it has a mortgage, but it's ours, a place where we can be together in privacy. And I'm thankful for the thing that makes this house our home, the happiness here. Not just today or on Christmas morning, but on a day-to-day basis all through the year. For knowing that a knock on our door means nothing to fear. A friend calling, or maybe a bill collector, or a kid selling magazines. You
I
never
don't
know
know.
what
This
to
looks a little
expect.
threatening.
But you can count on one thing. It's not going to be some political gangster coming to drag one of us off to jail because we believe in freedom.
Well, not today.
And I'm glad that that freedom we've got lets me choose the kind of work I like and can do best. Taking a sluggish motor and making it hum again. Makes me feel that somebody got to his work, or wherever he had to go, just because of me. And feeling like that gives me a lot of satisfaction.
Victory.
And I'm thankful for my newspaper. Just a few cents worth of printer's ink and paper, but more valuable than any amount of money. Because in it, the editor's got the privilege of printing what he thinks. And I've got the privilege of agreeing with him or not, however the facts strike me.
And if I don't like him, I
And
can
both
put
of
them
us,
to
the
death.
editor and I, have the right to act on our opinions on Election Day, to vote for the principles we believe in. And finally, I'm thankful for
disagree
being
with
able to
everybody else.
believe, in spite of everything, that somehow, someway, the unity we've got here in the Johnson family will someday spread to men and nations throughout the world. For all these things, we are truly and humbly thankful. Amen.
Amen. Golly gee. And that was a day of Thanksgiving. You know, it kind of sounds a little hokey now, I guess, that the words that I keep saying, gee, and just, you know, all the fancy, like, you know, all those fancy words that they used in the early 1950s. It's, you know, the whole thing is with these, it might look a little hokey, it might look a little dated, but the truth is timeless. You know, there is obviously you have more to be thankful for than, these kids obviously couldn't see past not having a turkey, but obviously the holidays like this, they do have more, of an important meaning. Not to get like all, sappy and everything, but things like these holidays are supposed to remind us of what we have, and what we not aspire for what we should have or be jealous of others. Obviously we have a lot to be grateful for, and not just for obviously what they said. You have the right to free speech, you have the right to disagree, to have be able to enjoy your home as your own, and that you shouldn't have to worry about somebody showing up at your door being a negative thing. I think all of that is pretty relevant now, and it's taken for what it is. It's pretty the morals of it, the moral of the story is pretty timeless, even if it looks a tad bit dated. Okay, not very dated. But it's it's a good documentary, a good lesson, not documentary, educational short, that really does hit the point, right. And I like the story behind it, and I laugh though about that language, about the word, because the kid keeps going, golly gee. It's like, oh my god, really? There was a time, you think about it. You see these kids say this, your parents probably said it. I mean, I'm sure my parents probably said that. But then again, look at I grew up in the 80s and 90s, you see the words that, we used, that we've used, that words that I actually still use. But yeah, it's something for Thanksgiving. Hopefully not too, torturous. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly did. If you like, obviously, what you've seen here, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can check out my blog. All the information, if you're watching this on YouTube, all the information is in the link below, or in the description below. There's links to different parts of my blog, different, features that I have on there. There's Music Monday, Totally True Facts Tuesday, Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday, Spam Saturday, and Spam Sunday. I also contribute to Retroist, Retroist.com, weekly. And you can follow me on Twitter at Allison Geeks Out. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for continuous support. Recently I had said that we hit, I hit 1,000 blog articles. So we're actually just over 1,000 now at this point, and counting. And thank you very much for your ongoing support, now and always. I am eternally thankful for the continuous support and readership that I have been having, that I've been enjoying as of lately. Thank you very much. Have a very happy, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving.